Hello everybody, and welcome to another FAQ video with me, GetDaved. So, why am I doing another one? Had another one not that long ago. Well, the answer is I'm going on vacation, probably right after this thing gets uploaded for about a week and a half, so you won't be hearing anything from me, so I thought, since there's not a whole lot going on, why not at least collect some data on you so I can do market research and ultimately sell you products. Anyway, other fun fact, if you're going to miss me, Snapwave and I did record some things, so I'm going to direct you to Snapwave's channel. We've got a couple little things we were working on, so you can check that out. Right now it was only 3 videos. Hopefully we can sneak in some more before I leave. Anyway, so there's that. Now, I'm also going to ask people what video or what games you think I should LP after this. So if you're only interested in that part, skip to the end. I don't know where because I haven't recorded it yet. FAQ number 1. How do I make a Let's Play / do you have any tips? I get this question a lot. So I'm going to give my most exhaustive answer yet. We're doing some philosophy of Let's Playing with me, GetDaved. So there's 3 components to a Let's Play. You got your technical side, your video game side, and your commentary. So for the technical side, you need to know what you're recording and how you're recording it and so on. The easiest solution is to do stuff through PC. There's more complex recording operations, but technically speaking, I'm just going to talk about PC for now. And if you want to go big, be my guest, but you'll have to do a little bit of figuring out yourself. So you need a recording software. Nowadays, I pretty much exclusively use Fraps, except for FAQ videos where I use Cam Studio, but that's just because it takes me less to put them together since I can just click through browser tabs this way. Anyway, Fraps is good. Next up, you need a way to take Fraps' huge videos and patch them together. I recommend Virtual Dub. Website, virtualdub.org. Once you've done that, you got to make sure you've got a mic to record your game, usually some emulators or just PC games to record. It's nice if they're run in window mode, but not essential. And the most important thing overall, and it's one of the hardest things to do consistently well, is just get your audio mix right. Before you record anything, do some recording tests of you just saying some basic words, or words to a song that you know, or something, just normal talking. Don't be like, check, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Any sound person will tell you they're ready to kill anyone who says that. So I like to do Bohemian Rhapsody. Anyway, so you can throw that into "Is This the Real Life?" into your videos, and just do a couple duds, record them, see if you can hear the game, see if you can hear sound effects during the game, see if they're drowning out your voice. And a huge component of it is subjective. You got to remember. If you're like me, and with some games you want to be able to talk over the voice actors, that has an impact on things. On the other hand, if it's like, you know, less of a Mystery Science Theater 3000 vibe you're going for, and more reverent, like, say, my FF7 LP, even though that one didn't have any voice acting in it, you, of course, want to mix things a little differently. So that's hard to get right, and it's hard to please everyone, just so you know. Next up, the game component. Make sure it's a game you like. Make sure it's one that you're, I think, at least remotely competent at. Or you don't have to be perfect, because I like my Super Mario World LP, and boy, I died a lot in that. That's got to be the worst playthrough I've had of it since I was a boy. But anyway, a game you enjoy playing, fun to watch. Don't worry about what's going to get you views or anything. Just make LPs that you want to watch and that are enjoyable for you. You got to pick what you love. You got to be somewhat good at it, and yeah. Finally, the commentary. Most important is to just make sure you have something interesting to say, and if you botch something, I think you should own it. But just say stuff and try to LP only when you're in a good mood or have some energy or whatever, because like the low energy ones just they're not the same. Everyone can tell, and sometimes, you know, you'll have a few good videos and then you gotta walk away. That's fine. Maybe you just need to get some oral surgery and then start recording like D-Crab does. That's right, him and I are tight. I've sent him one message ever. He responded. Next up, how are you playing game X / how did you get it / how did you get it to work? Okay, as far as how I play them or how I got it to work, it's usually in the first video of every LP series, usually really early near the start now, or is in my previous FAQ video. This is what it's called. It's very easy to find. I searched GetDaved FAQ on YouTube. Next up, can I join the Star Wars The Old Republic Guild? Yes. If it's hard to get a hold of me or Snapwave or Quill or anyone who's an officer in the guild, Nix, sorry, but we're not really elitists, so once you run into us, it's easy. Whisper if you see I'm online. Feel free to creep. Next up, questions about the Final Fantasy VII plot. I actually get a lot of these, which is delightful. The Wikipedia synopsis is not bad. I usually respond to all of these questions anyway, because I like talking FF7. In short, these are the most frequent ones. Cloud actually did grow up in Nibelheim with Tifa. He just had some work done on him after the fact that messed him up a little bit. They're chasing Jenova throughout the entire game, not Sephiroth. Sephiroth does try to kill them repeatedly, but fails. He's using the Jenova clones to do it. A clone is anything that has Jenova cells in it. If you get the game over screen, it gives you the alternative ending where Sephiroth does successfully kill off the party. Because some people are like, well, he never really puts his back into it when he's trying to kill them. Well, if you're bad at the game, his effort's good. You got to remember, Cloud's quite the badass. It's not easy to kill unless you're really bad at the game. Is Final Fantasy as a series getting better? / what games do you like? I've explained my parabola theory in the FF7 LP, but basically, as a general rule, they're best in the middle and then worse at the extremes. FF1 is, of course, better than FF2. Japanese release. FF3 is better than either. FF4 is better than any of those previously. 5, a bit of anomaly. 6 and 7, awesome. 8, not quite as good. 9, not quite as good. 10, like 8, 9, 10 are all kind of in the tier 2 ballpark. And then kind of a quick drop off after that. I'm hopeful for FF versus 13. 13 too looks like more of the same crap. So that's what I think. What do you think of my Let's Play series? Well, I watch some. I don't watch all of them because sometimes I can't tell the difference between someone sending me a message and promoting their LP series or spam, because I get a fair amount of spam in the inbox. I don't know, probably about one a week, and sometimes it's hard to tell. So I would say have a reasonably lengthed, I'll just use the word length because I can't think of better, message, and let me know what it's about and everything, and check your damn audio levels. But I do appreciate this, and I do share the good LPs I come across. I don't share all of them, so don't take offensive if it's like, he didn't talk about mine, he didn't post a link on his channel, he hates me. No, but I do try to watch anyway, and then a lot of the time I try to address the questions in the FAQ videos. Next up, this one comes up all the time. It's either, which is better, Sins of a Solar Empire or Galactic Civilization 2? Or, which is better, Galactic Civilization 2 or Master of Orion 2? It's subjective. Sins or Galciv 2 is a real apples to oranges one. They are both fantastic. You should buy both. Neither is expensive. You can get them off of Impulse. Google Impulse if you want to know, or watch my previous FAQ video to find out how to get those games. Master of Orion 2 you can get from GOG.com, good old games. Bundled with Master of Orion 1, I think it's like $6. So you can afford that. If you own a computer or can use one, you can afford it. If you don't have a credit card, you know someone who can help you. So Orion 2 is definitely an older game, and it's aged reasonably well, but I mean, it's by no means high-tech or anything. And you can see some of the lacking and some of the rust in areas like AI, and you know, the interface was really good for its time, but could use some help by modern standards, just because, you know, we use more screen real estate, and you know, we're not using DOS version 6.0 anymore, which is one of the, you can install the game in DOS. So you know, there's been some progress in that, but it's still a really good game, and for some reason, no one's been able to conclusively beat it since then. Not even Master of Orion 3. So, the game's awesome. For $6, it's money well spent. Galactic Civilization 2 plays a lot more like Civ. It's easier to get really good at. It's got a much more gentle learning curve than Orion 2. So, that's a good bet. and it's definitely more of a traditional 4X. Sins of Solar Empire is sort of halfway between 4X and RTS, maybe more than halfway, and is also awesome, and it's a bit more action-oriented, but really, all great games. So you just gotta think, which one are you more like? Are you a smuggler or a Jedi Knight? Question next. Why no 1080p? I don't even have a monitor that shows 1080p, and do you know how big Fraps would make those video files? 720p is good enough for all of us for now. Unless it's the future and everything's been in 4K if it's 50 years out of date, and, well, sorry. Question next. Is the Old Republic actually good? Yeah, it's friggin' good. Not good for an MMO. Quit asking me this question. It's an amazing game. GameSpot gave it an 8.0. That's crap. They gave Final Fantasy 13 an 8.5. That was crap. To correct things, 6.0, 9.0. Boom, fixed it. Next up, what emulators do you use? For Nintendo, FCEU. Apparently it has an X on it now. It's awesome. That's the best one. I used to use Nesticle back in the day, but that's because it was really the only one that worked for everything. Since came around, started using FCEU. For Super Nintendo, ZSNES, it's the best, bar nothing. No real discussion on this one. Some people swear by SNES 9X, but it's not as good. ZSNES is the best one. Even though it's not the, quote, prettiest, it runs the games the best. In Japan, Heart Surgeon #1. I have that in my favorites if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's from The Office. It's a good 45-second clip. Next up, PSX. Just Google lowercase p, capital SX emulator. It's the best. I used to use EPSXE, just like I used to use Nesticle. The gap in quality is equivalent. EPSXE was tough to configure, and so, like, I used it for the longest time and I swore by it, but again, it was just because, like, it was that or Bleem. But now, PSX emulator's out. It's 1,000 times better. You should go with it. Next up, are you going to do another LP of Master of Orion 2? No. 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 I will also never do an LP of Master of Orion 3. Ever. Even more no than Master of Orion 2. Other related questions. Why did the game go so much? Why did it look so easy when you played it? Well, part of it is I'm actually good at Master of Orion 2. You know, I'm not bad at it, guys. 2, how come it was so easy? The third and final LP I did of it was, I got a pretty good roll. I mean, it would have been hard to lose that game. Everything just fell into my lap on that one. Granted, I would still use pretty much the exact same build to try beating the game with an uncreative race, just so you know. But yeah, in terms of LPs, probably nothing more for Master of Orion 2. Maybe if I ever got into live streaming or something, or yeah, maybe something like that there, but nope. Quill's got a Master of Orion 2 thing he's doing right now, though. Check out Quill18's channel. Next up. Okay, that's it for the... Oh, actually, sir, there is one more. Because I'm screwing with you. Can I give you a treat? So sometimes people are like, hey, I've got a free copy of this on Steam. Can I send it to you? Or, hey, it's Christmas. I want to send you something on Steam. Generally speaking, I just refuse all of these things. It's not because I'm trying to be unfriendly or anything, because I personally believe that if someone offers you a gift, you should accept it, because we'll say the quality of generosity is not strained. It blesses him that gives and him that takes. Give yourself 20 points if you know what that's from. There's a real Shakespeare reference for you, Snapwave, if you're watching. So, yeah, generally speaking, I think you should accept gifts, but it's just a little awkward if I'm on the take for things through YouTube and everything, and I don't know, maybe it's just a personality hang-up I have, but generally speaking, I don't take anything ever, because I'm not doing this for free stuff. I'm not going to say I'll never be interested in getting money, but right now I have no interest in money or property or any of this through YouTube. I'm just doing it because I love it and because Let's Plays have helped me at some times where life's been hard or boring. Usually one of the two. Often, well, if life's hard, in my case, it's because I was in bed for 3 weeks straight and I couldn't play video games, but watching other people do it was almost as good. So, and was way better than the alternatives. So, yeah, that's that. Next up, what should I play next? At the 15-minute mark, how convenient. So, I have been enjoying my Let's Play of Star Wars The Old Republic, but it's a very difficult game to Let's Play because of you gotta. I mean, stuff always goes slower when you're recording, but it has a pretty big impact, and you have to cut out quite a bit. And I kind of like just playing the game, so there are some dilemmas with recording The Old Republic, and I mean, I'm never gonna say no to recording it with Snapwave or other people, but on my channel, I was kind of thinking on moving on past it for the most part. So if people really want me to keep LPing The Old Republic, I will. Or at least I'd be interested in hearing that. I'm not going to say it's going to go on forever. But I'm asking if that's how people feel. And by the way, in the comments section, don't feel obliged to respond one way or the other. Say, like, if you're open to a couple different things, say, I would like you to do this, but not that. Next up, another 4X game. I'm eyeballing Europa Universalis 3. Not going to commit that it's definitely going to be this one because I haven't played it yet, but I got it ready to go. And as soon as I stop playing The Old Republic in my free time, I'll try learning this one. The grand strategy game, as they say. Sorry that the cover art is cut off a little bit. Too late to fix that now. I'm not going to re-record this. Next up, X-Wing Alliance. I've actually wanted to do this one for a while. I started recording it, and then I had to delete it all because of a technical mishap after like 28 episodes. It was very disappointing. But also when I was replaying the game, I completely forgot how much I love it, because the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter one was bogged down with so many technical problems just all throughout. But I've spent a long time on Google, got X-Wing Alliance going, and it was friggin' awesome. So this one I would like to do at some point or another. I just want to know how people feel about it now. All of these are games I would consider doing sooner or later. Kind of like how I got around to doing the Rebellion Let's Play last time I asked everyone for their opinion. Final Fantasy VI, also known as Final Fantasy III originally in North America. What do you think? I enjoy doing the FF7 LP a lot. Final Fantasy VI is my next favorite game in the series, and probably ranks behind FF7, maybe ahead of Chrono Trigger, maybe just behind, I'm not sure. They're all fantastic games. Anyway, it's one I am definitely planning on LPing, even though there's already a million LPs out there for it. None of them I really care for in a huge way, so I was hoping to get around to doing this one sooner or later. And so, what do you think of that? And finally, should I do another Super Mario game? Or if you're like, not Mario, but Metroid, or not Metroid, but Zelda, or something, I'd be interested in that too. But Nintendo first-party game, you all seem to like watching me die a lot. So there's that. I'm not really sure which game I would do, or anything like that. But again, it's something for me to think about. So yeah, those are the options as I have narrowed them down. If you want to do a writing candidate, feel free. Perry with an A, remember. And yeah, I hope to get lots of comments for when I have come back, and I'm going to have lots of energy. I'll be pumped to do some Let's Plays, and I'll see you all there. I was GetDaved, and will be in a week and a half again.